In pursuing a way, Japanese typically move beyond an interest in craftsmanship to a kind of sacred search for the ultimate. It was a word from Morinosuke Kawaguchi, a leading Japanese futurist. I always have a soundtrack in my head because of David Sylvian, Ryuichi Sakamoto, and maybe the Wombats, among many others. However, this is only a surface-level pop cultural reference of something so great that even our glorious sun chose to rise there. Let's skip it and leave it for some casual offline gathering where I'm willing to accept all the Instagram Asian trends and blitz philosophies. Sure, you can excuse me for not being a fan of anime and sushi, but never mind, now I'm already trivializing this. Whether I watch a video or read about Japan, the country is so captivating that I would be delighted if they denied me entry for the sake of the nation, knowing that one wonderful nation would be spared from the plague of tourists. So let's avoid making it sound prosaic like some of the folks I know who are totally into things like energies, Aikido, and the Japanese Baseball League. No, let's just jump right to Hideyoshi, Soseki, or Kurosawa's esoteric level. Let's discuss the true essence of Japan. Excellent stuff. The salaryman sleeping at Tokyo Internet Cafe would rather take a hyperdrive from their company headquarters to their home than use the hyperspeed internet and spend hours each day commuting. The future is what we make it, but many of us keep forgetting that. As Soichiro Honda, the Invincible Man, famously stated, "We only have one future, and it will be made up of our dreams." Oh yeah. You also often heard fall down 7 times, stand up 8, or never give up, as Saburo Sakai put it. From Saburo to Soichiro, Japan consistently demonstrates levels of resilience that are beyond our comprehension. The simplest way to describe them is, they are something else. Another level, a different sort, a reminder that just when we thought we had hit a plateau, they remind us that it is all in our puny minds. And if I had to summarize their thinking in 3 words, I would say this: resilience, persistence, and constant innovation. In Japanese society, so-called virtue signaling is not a concept. Moral behavior is profoundly rooted in ancient beliefs that prioritize collective cohesion, humility, responsibility, and social obligation over conspicuous demonstrations of virtue for social status. And the essential word here is invisible improvement for all. Kaizen, the mysterious word originated in Japan and has since been adopted by businesses all over the world. My dear friend T, who is also fascinated by it, recently returned from Japan, and I could tell he was really moved by the experience. Now, I'm not going to go into somehow grim circumstances around his trip, but let's instead focus on the aftertaste of his vacation and pure joy he is still irradiating. Well, Japan is the only country that I'm actually considering visiting in 2026, especially since I missed the opportunity to see Iwama and other places after Fukushima happened. I'm not sure if that will happen, but as they say, imagining and preparing may provide a lot of cerebral stimulation regardless of the final result. And again, Japan excels at many things, and in addition to super fast trains, they recently smashed the record for internet speed. Again, and the statistics are ridiculous, even though this will have to wait for commercial applications. The Shinkansen bullet train, Japan's fastest train, was modeled after the Kingfisher. Engineers observed how the Kingfisher dives into water with little effort thanks to the design of its long, narrow, and streamlined beak. Remember, Japan was the first to land spacecraft Hayabusa. No, not Suzuki, no, or on near-Earth asteroid 25143 Tokawa, and so on. But that's a topic for some future episodes. Instead, let us fish out some information on how all of Hyperspeed Internet thing came to be. Japan actually first broke the internet speed record in 2021, achieving 319 terabits per second. In June this year, 2025, Japanese National Institute of Information and Communication Technology, or NICT for short, together with Sumitomo Electric Industries, achieved an outlandish speed of 1.02 petabits a second over a distance of approximately 18 kilometers using a novel 19-core optical fiber technology. But how did we get there in the first place? Well, let's go back to my favorite dude. Alvin Toffler's fundamental theory was that technical and social changes driven by the pace at which information is generated and transmitted produce so-called information overload. And this overwhelms individuals and social institutions, altering traditional societal norms and instilling bewilderment and worry. So why are we so keen to move more data in less time? For most of history, information spread slowly, relying on oral tradition, smoke signals, handwritten texts, and couriers who travel by foot, horse, or ship. With the advent of the Industrial Revolution, devices such as the telegraph and telephone enable information to flow practically instantaneously over large distances. Newspapers and television made information dissemination almost instant for wider audiences. Computers, the internet, and mobile communications all made significant advances in the late 20th century. Beginning in the 1970s, the use of fiber optic cables allowed information to flow across continents at nearly the speed of light. Dial-up internet was developed in the 1990s using telephone lines with rates up to 56 kilobits per second, making internet connections more widely available in households but slow by modern standards. The early 2000s witnessed the advent of broadband internet with rates ranging from 1 to 5 megabits per second over DSL and cable, making web browsing and video streaming more viable. DSL and cable internet speeds increased to up to 25 megabits per second in the mid-2000s, boosting online gaming and media consumption. And beginning in the 2010s, fiber optic technology expanded, giving rates ranging from 100 megabits per second to 1 gigabit per second, significantly boosting data transfer, HD streaming, and cloud services. And thanks to broadband development and the launch of 4G mobile networks, average global internet speeds reached 20 to 50 megabits per second by 2015. The introduction of 5G in 2020 is a watershed moment, with possible speeds up to 10 gigabits per second, enabling new applications such as smart cities and self-driving cars. By 2024, fiber optics and 5G will dominate, with rates ranging from 1 to 10 gigabits in many regions, laying the groundwork for virtual reality, IoT, and other sophisticated internet applications. I don't know if IoT is really sophisticated, I guess. Well, ARPANET was founded in 1969. TCP/IP protocols were implemented in the 1980s, and Tim Berners-Lee created the World Wide Web in 1989 to 1990, transforming the internet from a research network to a public application. And this timeline depicts the growth of sluggish, constrained networks to today's ultra-high-speed broadband and wireless technologies which power large digital ecosystems and high-demand services. Japanese researchers set the current hyperspeed internet record in 2025. They attained an internet speed of 1.02 petabits per second and over a distance of more than 1,800 kilometers. And this pace is equivalent to transmitting nearly 1 million terabytes of data per second, or no, terabits per second, which is enough to download the whole Netflix library or the entire English Wikipedia thousands of times in a single second. That's freaking insane. Well, the breakthrough was made feasible by a specially designed 19-core, is it inches? I guess. 19-core optical fiber cable with a diameter that is compatible with existing infrastructure. And this new record far outperforms previous marks achieved in 2024 and demonstrates a significant advancements in optical fiber communication technology for long-distance data transfer. This internet speed is approximately 3.5 million times faster than the typical US internet speed, enabling ultra-high capacity networks that will be critical for future digital technologies and communication systems such as post 5G and beyond. Like, what is this going to be? 6G, 7G, God knows what. Anyways, ultra high capacity networks, which are essential for future digital technology and communication systems like post G and beyond, are made possible by this internet speed, which is around, again, 3.5 million times faster than the typical US internet speed. The growing need for faster speeds and more capacity is being driven by applications such as 5G, cloud computing, artificial intelligence, and the Internet of Things, and virtual and augmented reality. This development helps to meet those demands because networks can transmit data over long distances, and at up to 1 petabit per second, they can support data-intensive services and expand horizontally while reducing latency and power consumption. Moreover, the technology encourages more efficient use of fiber networks, enabling service providers to implement ultra-high capacity transmission on well-established infrastructure, lowering costs and deployment time. It helps future-proof networks against rapidly increasing data traffic and supports innovation ecosystems by providing the backbone for emerging technologies and digital services. This new core fiber optimizes core arrangement and structure to reduce losses across multiple wavelength bands, both C-band and L-band, enabling significantly higher transmission capacity and longer distances without degradation, which is in contrast to conventional multi-core fibers, which require spacing between cores and frequently a thicker cladding to avoid interference. Well, by avoiding the complex digital signal processing that is often required to separate mixed signals in multi-mode fibers, this fiber effectively multiplies capacity by the number of cores while maintaining compatibility with existing fiber infrastructure, thereby improving efficiency when compared to traditional single-core fibers that carry data on a single light channel. This technology is a significant advancement in fiber optics. It is also physically robust because of the standard cladding size. It has a major benefit over other dense multi-core fiber systems in that it allows for considerable bandwidth growth without requiring the replacement of current fiber cable infrastructure. Additionally, by promoting more effective use of fiber networks, the technology helps service providers deploy ultra-high capacity transmission on existing infrastructure, which reduces implementation time and costs. In addition to supporting innovation ecosystems by serving as the foundation for new technologies and digital services, it helps future-proof networks against exponentially growing data traffic. And it's really interesting how it's decentralized, because in addition there are NICT facilities in Kyoto, Kobe, Yokosuka, Osaka, Tokyo, Sendai, Kashima, Ishikawa, and Okinawa, and among other places in Japan. Still, the majority of its activities are mostly conducted from the headquarters in Kogane. And the Institute collaborates with industry, academia, government, and international research institutions, contributing broadly to society and technological advancement. NICT also focuses on cybersecurity research and advanced ICT areas, including biotechnologies and nanotechnologies. Notably, it is involved in international projects such as the ESA's Jupiter Icy Moons Explorer mission with a terahertz radiation scanner developed at the Institute. NICT, an independent administrative institution in Kogane, Tokyo, was founded in 2004 as a result of the merger of the Communications Research Laboratory and the Telecommunications Advancement Organization. Its goal is to carry out ICT research and development in order to foster economic expansion and build a prosperous, safe, and secure society in Japan. In addition, the Institute tests radio equipment, monitors the ionosphere and space weather, runs the JJY low-frequency time signal, and upholds Japan's national frequency and time standards. The lead researcher in the Hyperspeed Internet projects is Hideaki Furukawa, who used a specially developed, again, 19-core optical fiber. This fiber was developed in partnership with Sumitomo Electric Industries and European researchers. So it's Hideaki Furukawa, not Hido Furukawa. Hido Furukawa is one of the most significant contemporary Japanese writers and winner of many literary awards, but that's not the topic, okay? So anyways, Mr. Furukawa Hideaki holds degrees in material and biological sciences from Osaka University and is a chief senior researcher at the National Institute of Information and Communications Technology in Japan. He's also an expert in optical communication technology and ultra-high capacity photonic networks. He spearheaded groundbreaking research that resulted in the latest record and several world records for data transfer speeds. His research focuses on creating adaptable reconfiguration technologies for next-generation communication infrastructures and increasing the optical network's maximum capacity. He also actively participates in the study of and advancement of upcoming optical and photonic network technologies and is also an IEEE member. Given that doom scrolling will only become more accessible with each broken record, how does the future appear? The internet's near and far future holds revolutionary developments that combine state-of-the-art technology with some speculative and imaginative ideas. Emergent technologies like holographic projectors, smart earbuds, virtual and augmented reality glasses, and even direct brain-computer interfaces that allow users to browse the web with their thoughts or natural gestures may eventually replace conventional gadgets like computers and smartphones by 2030 or 2000, up to all the way to 2050, I guess. And this would provide 3D interactive virtual worlds where digital data manifests as real-world holograms in real-world settings. The internet experience will be significantly shaped by artificial intelligence, which will enable immersive platforms that adjust to user demands, emotions, and behaviors, as well as hyper-personalized content and AI-guided virtual assistants. Artificial intelligence, curated interactive 3D objects and real-time digital twins for consumers could replace keywords in search engines. In order to secure privacy and defend networks from intrusion, cybersecurity will be sophisticated and robust, utilizing blockchain, quantum encryption, and AI-driven threat detection systems. Global laws will uphold privacy as a fundamental human right, and individuals will be able to manage their digital identities using decentralized blockchain wallets. Well, this really sounds fascinating, but it also sounds like a PR press release in a way. Connectivity will expand through satellite internet and low Earth orbit networks, offering broadband access to remote and underserved regions and enabling digital inclusivity on global scale. My God, inclusivity again. Okay. Data transmission speeds may approach physical limits with intelligent caching and automation anticipating users' needs for data access. Hypothetically, the internet could become a pervasive, seamless extension of reality, integrating digital and physical worlds with interfaces that dispense with keyboards, screens, and smartphones. Concepts such as interconnected AI systems, managing entire smart cities, autonomous vehicle networks, and interplanetary data centers powered by space-based solar energy are also envisioned. Smart cities, what happened to this Toronto smart city project? Like that, if everybody totally forgot about that. Well, I don't know if it's a good thing. Maybe it is. According to some projections, large platforms like Google will eventually disappear in favor of AI-driven ecosystems that rethink social interaction, commerce, and information access. These ecosystems would also likely make multimodal communication modalities like speech, gesture, and brainwave the norm. Well, just to remind you that the researchers in Japan also set the previous noteworthy record. And before that, it was a group from Aston University in the UK, which set a world record in 2024. Furthermore, prior to Japan's recent innovations, the world record was reached by another research group, and it was, that's it, 2024. It was around 50,000 gigabits per second, or 50, that's around 50 terabit, right? These previous accomplishments are more than doubled by Japan's new record, which shows how quickly research teams worldwide are increasing internet transmission speeds. Japan is unlike anything else in the world. The nation never ceases to amaze us with itself. It's an odd, strange planet, and sometimes it's hard to believe that we live in the same rocky sphere. It's almost as if they live in plain sight rather than in a parallel reality. Japan, oh well, they're really not on the same planet as the rest of us, and South Korea is getting there fast like Shinkansen style fast. So instead of conclusion, I dare to say that when it comes to science and technology, Japan and South Korea both, they are surely about to surprise us again and again in the future. And instead of a conclusion, I say what comes will be even more transformative for any and all internet users, said David V. Plant, a professor at McGill, illustrating the fact that internet speed is about more than just convenience. It's about radically altering research, businesses, and worldwide access. In this race, Japanese are leading, and eventually Japanese will win because they choose not to give up under any circumstances. So should you. Stay resilient, stay hyper-connected, and stay selective. Bye-bye.